Evening, councillors, ladies, gentlemen, and anybody else who's watching us on the webcast. And the first thing I have to do is to remind you, well actually it's the second thing I have to do is to remind you that this meeting is being webcast, and for the benefit of my wife who may be watching, I am taking my Lemsip, so there you are. Let me also read the fire evacuation proceedings. I hope she's not watching. There are no fire alarms scheduled for this evening, therefore if the fire alarm sounds, please evacuate the building immediately. The fire exits are located at the rear and side of this room. Go down the stairs and meet in the War Memorial Park. Okay. Move on to apologies for absence. We have two absentees this evening. Robert Donnell, who's been called away on work and is currently somewhere in the United States, and Cathy Ottleton, Councillor Ottleton, who unfortunately is in hospital and not feeling particularly well at the moment, but she's hoping that she may be able to leave in a couple of days' time. So we wish her well, I think, for a rapid recovery. Do we have any declarations of interest this evening, members? No? Okay. They have no member and public participation on issues contained within the agenda, and can I just draw members' attention to the fact that item 15 has been withdrawn this evening. Let's move on then to confirm the minutes of the meeting of the 30th of July 2013, and just to record that in the minutes of the 30th of July we actually recorded the amendment to the minutes of the 22nd of July as requested by Councillor Leake, so he can rest assured that he has now been duly recorded in that. So are we happy with the minutes? Good, thank you very much. Urgent items there are none, nor any referrals from full council, or any references and reports from other committees. We have no petitions, so we can move straight on to the first of the non-executive issues which we need to deal with this evening, which is a recommendation to full council on the forward plan and the policy for allocation of the local infrastructure fund. Councillor Jayawardena.
Thank you, Leader. In 2012, we took the decision to ensure that our New Homes Bonus funding was protected for infrastructure to benefit the communities of Basingstoke and Deane. We've split this to ensure that 40% is retained for borough-wide infrastructure, 40% retained for local infrastructure, and 20% supports the services that residents value. In order to develop a programme of spending the 40% retained for local infrastructure, we have engaged with members from across the chamber to ensure there is a process devised to allocate money closest to where it was accrued. It's right that schemes should be created that have a significant long-lasting impact on the communities that have had development, and that's what this paper sets out to do. We have arrived at a set of principles for allocating the local infrastructure fund, a slick, quick and effective decision-making process, and also ensuring that we do review all the funding that we put in to projects going forward. We have listened to the views of members at EPP, and to that end I would move the recommendation as tabled in the agenda, but also that we consider the points that have arisen out of the EPP meeting, that 211 of the supplementary report, that the pooling threshold is amended from 30 dwellings to £25,000. This was following a point made by Councillor Watts that he wished for Whitchurch to have a ring-fenced pot of money corresponding with the funding that they had accrued locally, and also to 212 to include a separate section on the application form for members' comments to supplement the existing proposal that member support is a basic criteria when assessing applications. And to that end, I'd move those recommendations for Cabinet to recommend to Council.
Fine, thank you very much. This has been through EPP fairly exhaustively. Unless, members, do you have anything else you wish to add? Because I think it's something we can just pretty much passport straight on to council to enact. Yep. Good. Thank you very much. Then, next is a key decision from the forward plan on the commissioning programme. Councillor Isaac.
Thank you, Leader. As you know, the commissioning initiative is about understanding what our residents regard as important needs and examining how we provide our services, looking for better, more cost-effective ways of achieving that. This report moves us into the Year 1 implementation programme. I'm very pleased with the level of engagement and support we received from all parties at the EPP Ofcom on the 10th of September, and what we're asking Cabinet to approve here is the commissioning programme for Year 1, which has as its priorities the prevention of homelessness, including reduction in the use of bed and breakfast, what the Council could be doing with its partners to reduce crime and antisocial behaviour relating to the nighttime economy in Basingstoke Town Centre. This was an issue that EPP in particular wanted to be brought up the list of priorities, and so we're responding to that. What could we do? What could we be doing better in relation to residents' access to public transport, and what could we be doing better in relation to the delivery of the range of arts and cultural activities in the borough that are going to be attractive and value for money. There are also a number of other points that EPP tabled at the meeting, 5 in number, which, as I said, I will take note of, and so I'd like to recommend to Cabinet that we approve this next stage of the commissioning programme.
Thank you very much. Comments, anybody? No, I have a couple of comments to make on it. I think, firstly, I hope we've now got to a situation where people have stopped trying to make it never was a sensible comment to have made, but they nevertheless insisted on carrying on making it, that actually commissioning equals outsourcing. It never was that, it was never intended to be that, and it's very good to see that gradually a true appreciation of what commissioning is about and the benefits that can come from commissioning is being accepted, and in fact is being endorsed by lots of our partner organisations and not just ourselves, and it'll be very good to see how they will actually cooperate with us in commissioning in the future, because there are, I think, a lot of benefits to be had from a more effective and an efficient way of working together if we follow this process. The other one is just something which I ought, for the purpose of defending, or not defending, but supporting my team on the community safety side, just point out that, to the best of my knowledge, crime and antisocial behaviour in the town centre has been falling significantly over the last few months, and whilst you should never be reticent about the fact that it is something you constantly have to keep a watch on, I wouldn't like anybody to take away from this, or to report even, the fact that because this has been moved up the list of priorities, that this is a reflection of something which is becoming a problem. In fact, it's quite the reverse. It's going in the opposite direction. But I think it's very sensible to make sure that we keep it going in that direction, and if that helps to do that, all well and good. So if we're all happy, we're happy. Good. Then the next paper, it goes backwards and forwards between the two of you. It's back to Councillor Jai Ward. Now, can I just make one point on this, and it's something that maybe committee services will advise me that I'm being wrong in this, but it has it down here as being wards affected, and then a list of wards. As this is dealing with the Basingstoke central area, I would regard the whole of the centre of the town as being a facility for and a benefit to the whole of our borough, and not just those wards, and so I think it should be probably all wards. Well,
Thank you, Leader, and I completely agree that Basingstoke is everyone's town, and therefore it's right that we take decisions that contribute towards improving our town for the benefit of all residents, people who work here, people who travel to shop or enjoy our town. And this public realm guidance seeks to contribute to the work that we're doing to improve the borough's external position, but also ensure that our town is demonstrably getting better and is most certainly open for business. It's important that development that goes on in our town pulls in the same direction, and that is the underlying principle behind this document, which seeks to ensure that all the work that goes on across different parts of the town, be that the top of the town centre in the form of the Miles and Festival Place, or indeed Basing View, is included in ensuring that there is consistency in our town. It feeds into our commitment to the top of the town and our desire to get the historic heart of Basingstoke at the centre of the town going forward, and at the same time ensuring that we're drawing in investment from outside, as we've seen recently at Basing View, to ensure that we're bringing more good jobs to Basingstoke. This public realm guidance seeks to ensure consistency, and I'd recommend it to Cabinet.
Because this is clearly work in progress. It's part of a long ongoing process which will continue over the next umpteen years, I think. But it really is good when you start to see the work that's being done by Basing View, in Basing View with John Lewis hopefully coming to the town up there. It's the work that's being done in Festival Place. It's really good and important. We should also have a similar level of quality for the rest of the town. And I actually think it looks rather nice. It's rather good. So, moving on then from that, we're happy to adopt that, are we? Yeah? Good. Then two technical papers now, or semi-technical ones. Councillor Isaac?
Yes, thank you, Leader. This paper relates to some small bits of land, open space, and some garaging that we either own or have covenants over at Kingsclere and Tadley. It's good news in that we're cooperating with Sentinel Housing Association, and this will produce 8 new affordable homes in Kingsclere and 3 affordable homes dwellings in Tadley. And I'm, as portfolio holder, happy that this transaction should take place off market at nil value. It's justified in the context of our standing orders, and I think that it's the right thing to do in these circumstances.
Please do, Councillor Golding.
Thank you. As portfolio holder for housing, I want to endorse this. I recommend it. I just particularly want to highlight paragraph 8.6, which says that the head of governance and monitoring officer will include provisions within the transfer documentation and the deed releasing or revising the covenant, and provides the council with the security that the land is utilised in connection with an agreed scheme for affordable housing for the future. So we're putting that safeguard in, and from my perspective, that's important that we're doing that.
If not, that is agreed. Agreed, good. 15 has gone, so we move simply for item 16 on the agenda for noting. Any comments on anybody wants to make on any of those? No? In that case, the meeting is concluded at 6:44, I think. Thank you all.
Thank you.